Hello and welcome students in business studies session. Today we are going to discuss the topic communication. Now let's do the next element of directing. We have already completed the three elements of directing. Now coming to the last element of directing, that is communication. Communication is very important. A good manager needs to have good communication skill. Why? Because this is the way the feelings, the knowledge is being imparted, for the message is being conveyed through communication to one person to another. If the manager is not able to do so, what would happen? There would be a utter failure and things would not be done as desired. So let's understand what communication is all about. The word communication has been derived from the Latin word which is known as communis, which means common. So, what exactly common means? Nothing but common understanding. So, what I am talking about communication, that means I am speaking in such a manner you have the understanding what I am trying to say or what I am saying. So, this is basically nothing but a process through which ideas, views, feelings, knowledge, facts are being exchanged between or among people to create a common understanding. Let's say if I have to tell you this is pencil and this is made up of graphite. So how did you understand this? Because I shared a knowledge with you. So I communicated with you. The way I spoke was simple, lucid language. You have the understanding of a language. So when I said in simple sentence, you were able to understand. Now we both have common understanding that this is pencil and is made up of graphite. When I am talking of communication, you are exchanging either facts or knowledge or maybe viewpoint. It could be your feelings or it could be your ideas which you want to communicate, but then this is done in such a manner that there is a common understanding between two people who are communicating. Now let us understand the features of communication. The first one is communication involves at least two persons. Now, yes, communication involves at least two persons, the sender and the receiver. The sender sends the message and is known as communicator. The receiver receives the message and is known as communicate. Next feature is communication is a two-way process. Communication is essentially a two-way process. It does not merely mean sending and receiving messages. It is not complete until and unless the message has been understood by the receiver in the same sense. Next comes communication is much more than words. How? Because it does not merely sending or receiving facts or expressed in words. It also involves ideas and emotions. A lot of communication is done through signs, symbol and gestures also. Next is communication is a goal oriented process and is effective only when there is a congruence of goals of sender and receiver. Next is communication is a continuous process. Yes, when we talk about in terms of organization, it is a continuous and permanent process. Communication process starts from the beginning of the business and remains till the end of the business. Now, next comes medium of communication. As you all are aware that there are so many mediums of communication in today's world. It can be telephone, fax, internet, mobile phones, SMS, telex, and so on. there are different elements of communication, such as number first is sender. Now who is sender? The person who initiate the communication or the message. Then second element is message. Now what is message? The specific set of word, gesture and images that our sender uses to convey what he or she wants to say. Then comes channel, the channel through which the message moves. Then comes receiver, receiver or the audience for the message, from whom the receiver often expect a response. Then comes feedback. Now what is feedback? The response from the receiver to the sender. In short, in a simple word, is a reply. The reply which a sender get from the receiver, that is called feedback. So these were the elements, different elements of communication. The first one is sender, then message, then channel, receiver, and then feedback. So that's all for today's session. Thank you.